not only did he trade for food and some lodging, but he also traded with a lot of other artists. So Johanna not only got a lot of his paintings, but she got a lot of other impressionists who were just starting out. So she did okay, but she didn't have to do that.
No.
But yeah, and it's kind of the same way to this day, just because so many artists have gone down the abstract path. And for me, I don't understand it. I would never poo-poo it if someone loves it, but trying to be a representational artist in this day and age where you have to be wild and really out there, it's difficult. It's difficult to get that underneath your, to get that traction. And so one of the other things that I will say, as far as this being a relationship-driven career, and that is, I've gotten into two of my galleries, my main galleries, actually, yeah, two of my main galleries, because I was in a show. And either the gallery owner came up to me afterwards and said, "We'd love to represent you," or the judge came to me afterwards and said, "Would you like to meet this gallery owner that he was in?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so this was now before they had, all these books that you could do. This was a print on demand. And so I did my portfolio as a hardcover book, and I sent it out to the gallery owner, and that's how I got in. Just, you do your very best work, you stand out from the crowd, you're not afraid to, you always got to ask for the sale. That's another big thing with trying to make an impression and make inroads into making a living as an artist. Never be afraid to ask for the sale. And when I first started out, I never asked for the sale. If you were looking at one of your pieces of art in a show and you were talking with someone, you can always just say, "Can I wrap it up? I can come out and hang it in your house. I'd be happy to do that." And you would be surprised the number of times people say, "Yeah, okay, let's do that." And so, yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest pieces of advice and the biggest epiphanies that I had was, people just want to be invited to make that sale. And sometimes you can do it on Instagram, or you can do it on Facebook. If someone shows an interest, personal message them and say, "I know that you like this work of art. It's available. What do you say we make this a done deal?" So, and that does work. It doesn't always work, but even if they don't buy that one, you've made another friend. Ask them if you can put them on your newsletter, and send them that, and stay in contact with them. People really appreciate that, So,
especially if they love your work. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if obviously, if they're looking at someone else's work, don't go up and ask them if you can put them on your newsletter. But if you've talking to them a little bit, yeah, people generally will say, "Yeah, okay." And the ones that say no, well, you want good people that are on your newsletter anyways, as far as you want people who are interested. Not just, one of the things that we used to do when we had the open studio here is we would have a giveaway of a print if you signed up for the newsletter. But what we found is that people were just signing up to get the print, not necessarily who are interested in seeing your work or collecting your work. So we've stopped doing that in favor of asking people, once we've talked to them, if they'd be interested in getting on the newsletter.